Interesting. Go talk to her, I guess.
Yes. She has tiny
Heading
dog.
to Surindar's cradle?
Yes.
I hope you brought your own water skin. Or you could buy one off me. My rates are reasonable, given the drought.
What's wrong with their editorium?
Water, or rather the lack of it. Something stopped the flow from the aqueduct to Surindar's cradle. I've been hauling water for them in the meantime, but they can't keep this up forever.
So what's the problem with the aqueduct, then?
Don't know. Old stones, old gates and levers. Who can say for sure? I overheard the adepts discussing the trouble. A young one, Vosby, seems keen to solve the issue. If you want to know more, she's the person to ask.
Alright, off we go find Vasby then. In sickness and in health. It's gonna be a marriage one, isn't it?
Probably.
We must do something about the water, Silujo. If you would just...
No adept can face the wastes alone, child. This one insists you stay.
Stuck.
Vosby cannot understand. Only puddles remain in the Adeptorium cisterns, but still Silujo forbids this one to act.
This one here, there's a problem with the Adeptorium's water supply. What's going on?
Our Adeptorium, Srendar's cradle, is parched by a drought. We rely on the Anequina aqueduct to supply our water, but something halted the flow. Now adepts and pilgrims go thirsty. We tend to the sick here. Without water, many of them may die.
Any idea why it was flooded? What halted the flow?
No, and we never will if Silujo gets his way. He yowls about the risks, but Vosby is not the saucer-eyed kitten she was when Silujo found her. This one must fix this. You're a warrior, yes?
Yes.
Would you escort Vosby to investigate the aqueduct?
Yes, this one can help you.
Thank you for helping, Rook. We should investigate the nearest
Rook.
gate of the aqueduct, just south of here. Srendar willing, we will find whatever blocks the water there. Vosby will meet you soon. This one must speak to Silujo before she leaves.
And has the aqueduct gone dry before then?
No. My teachers examined the Order's histories and found no evidence of droughts in the past. But we live in curious times, yes? Dragons fly, dead walk. A broken aqueduct would not seem out of place.
Is there a chance that the water source just ran dry then?
Vosby does not think so. Before the water reaches Srendar's cradle, it passes Rimen. And for all the city's problems, a drought is not one of them. That means the flow is blocked somewhere between the city and the Adeptorium.
What can you tell me about this Trinidad's Crater then,
The Adeptorium itself? I know only that our ancestors built it in the days of 16 kingdoms. Vosby has no ears for ancient history. This one does know that the Adeptorium has always been a place of healing, a refuge for all, no matter how ill.
How have you dealt with the dragon attacks?
We do what we can, but Vosby fears it is not enough. Many come with seared flesh and blackened lungs, from the flames and smoke, you see? Others come with broken limbs.
Jeez.
Most of our palliatives and salves require water, so you see the urgency, yes?
Tell me about yourself,
About Vosby?
Vasby.
Oh, this one's life is not so exciting, but if you insist. Vosby is an initiate and servant of Srendar. A healer in training also. Silujo and the other monks raised this one here in the cradle.
All adepts of healers then?
Most learn the craft, but not all have the passion for it that this one does. Silujo says it is Vosby's calling. This one thinks he is right.
So you and Silajo found you at your doorstep then,
Yes. Vosby's parents had... This was in the time of the flu, you see. Many orphans came to Srendar's cradle in those days. Most of them were not as lucky as Vosby. Silujo cared for this one like a daughter. He still does, as you can see.
Did any of your other family's members survive?
No. This was not so long ago, Walker. You remember the groans and hacking coughs, yes? The blood? Srenda's Cradle's adepts healed as many as they could, but even the strongest tinctures and cleanest bandages fell short in the face of the flu.
Ugh. First gate above. Get up there. Up this way?
I think so.
Maybe? This is up above, so I assume I'll get it. No, maybe you don't get up there. So I guess we just follow along.
Yeah.
Let's say it together. Zesby.
Zesby?
Zesby.
Wait.
Oh, you found it. We should examine the gate at the top of the ramp. Oh, you found
Is it just me or did she
We should
repeat that
examine
twice?
the gate at
We
the
came
top of
across the
ramp.
threshold twice, I think. Sluice gate.
Open and dry, as expected. Hopefully we'll find the blockage at the second gate. Busby hopes we can find the problem soon. Otherwise, we may have to investigate the Bandar Span.
Bandar Span?
A portion of the aqueduct that runs through Bandar's litter. A canyon to the east of the Adeptorium. Silujo forbids us to go there.
But why is it,
Since this one was a Jakajit.
why is it forbidden?
Vasby does not know. She has, at times, heard whispers from the older adepts. Something about the Nahatan flu. This one asked Silujo outright about the place years ago. He only shook his head and said it was far, far from Srenda's light.
Why did they call it Bandar's litter?
Old moon tales. Clan mothers say the stone pillars of the canyon were Bandar's children. Elkosh turned them to stone as a reprisal for one of the bandit god's pranks. The trickster hid the pillars in this canyon where they would be warm and safe.
Alright, let's run ahead to the second gate then.
Vasby will be right behind you, but be careful, Walker. Silujo can be overprotective, but he would not resort to lies to hold us back. The dangers of the wastes are real, as you know. Truly, I hate to worry him, but Vasby must do this.
Alright, where can I find the second gate?
Follow the line of the aqueduct east. It should lead you straight to the next gate. Vasby will meet you there.
This one's supposed to protect you though, no?
Ha! You protect me by clearing the way, Walker. This one wants to take a moment to study this gate, in case we must fix one later.
Alright.
Vasby will be safe. You will stop worrying, yes?
Yes. It's on 100 FPS and Ultra looks good. Yes, it does. Though it doesn't look that way in PvP, unfortunately. It seems so torturous how I use lightning in this character. It's like I'm tasing him slowly.
Yes, it even sounds like one.
Let's examine this new gate. Let's examine this new gate. Caught you!
Oh god, let's go, just go back and forth here.
Let's examine this new gate. Let's examine this new gate. Vasby is a quick study, yes? Let's examine this new gate.
Confused.
Caught you! Vasby is a quick study, yes? Let's examine
Is
this
this a
new
sound?
gate.
Yeah, you keep on going over to the trigger over and over again.
Oh my goodness.
So if you just keep on going over that threshold, she just like spams it.
Caught you, caught you. Oh my goodness.
Try. Zispo. Wait, what is this?
Fun habit?
Curious. This scrap of cloth. Vasby knows it well. It is part of a Srendar adept's habit. One of the old ones we don't wear anymore. Could an adept have been out here?
What is a... why would they wear a habit like this?
Vasby does not think anyone wore it. The way it is torn, it looks like someone used it to dress a wound. Do you see the stains? This one smells blood too.
Hey, Hamburger.
A warning, perhaps. Or a clue.
These people are dropped if they're responsible for the water shortage?
Maybe. Vasby is no investigator. But finding something like this near the gate feels like a sign.
Yes.
We should find the person, if only to make sure they are not badly hurt, yes?
How do you propose we do that then, yes? How do you suppose we do this then?
We could start by searching around the columns that hold the aqueduct up. Someone gravely injured may have rested in the structure's shadow. No time to waste, Walker. Let's go.
You sure that no one in Sardauk's Cradle wears this habit like this?
Certain. After the worst of the Nahatan flu had passed, Salujo and the others burned every scrap of cloth touched by the illness. Quilts, linens, and yes, even their habits. Nothing remained of them, aside from paintings in the cloisters.
Well, this must not have gotten burned then.
It appears that way, yes. Come, whoever this belonged to may need our help.
Alright, let's go take a look. Oh, bloody hell.
Another shred of a habit? The blood seems more spotty. From a sore, maybe. Let's keep looking.
Down this way?
I think so. Yeah.
Yay, level!
Yay!
The blood trail goes cold, yes? But what is that? A cameo? The face looks... This was not dropped by accident, Walker. There must be more to find.
Must be more to find. Okay. Up? Oh, here we go.
There.
Crumpled nursery rhyme.
This is a nursery rhyme, isn't it? Like the one Vasby read every night as a kitten. Srendar's mercy. Please hurry, Walker.
Good then.
Over here.
Swaddlecloth? Vasby recognizes that pattern. Come, let's keep looking, come!
It's her parents, isn't it?
Maybe.
god coins.
And we find a death coin lost, of course. Something that gleams to take to the sands behind the stars. We should talk.
Right, that's stuck.
The bloody bandages, the cameo, and swaddle cloth. All these trinkets and mementos lead to a forbidden place. Bandar's litter. Busby has not been totally honest with you, Walker. This one has a very personal stake in this business.
Ah, you seem to recognize these items, so why haven't you told me?
The drought. It's because of me. That is why Vasby insisted on being the one to investigate. Every year, on this one's birthday, someone leaves a gift outside the cloisters. Gifts like the nursery rhyme, coin, and cameo we found, you see?
So the gift giver gave us a coin that led us here, so why do you think they were related to the drought then, hmm?
Days after the aqueduct ran dry, the gift giver left a jug of cold, fresh water outside this one's door. It was a message, you see, for Vasby. Now we find these dressings and keepsakes, all leading to Bandar's litter. Our answers are there.
Alright, fair enough. So you said this place is forbidden, why?
Old ghosts haunt this place. Angry spirits that moan and howl curses in the night. Silujo always insisted we stay away. I hate to disobey him, but we have no choice. The last sluice gate and the person we pursue are both inside. Are you prepared?
Yes, let's get this moving.
I feel like she's gonna die.
Or she's going to find out that her teacher there did something horrible.
Yeah.
You bet everyone didn't die in that epidemic. I bet. Yeah, Sibby's saying that everyone didn't die in that epidemic. I wonder if she even died in the epidemic.
Wait! Vasby saw someone!
Somebody?
Why do they run? We do not mean them any harm.
They run fast, too.
Yeah.
Sonic goes fast.
There we go. Is that the same one as before?
Oh, that's it. It's Sonic. He's too embarrassed to show his face.
Dagnabbit.
Down here, I think.
Let's split up. We can corner him.
Stop splitting up.
For the first time, I actually see wasps with like nests that actually look like they can actually fit in them.
Sure.
So I just want to take a torch and burn them down.
Yeah. Seriously, like, why does every quest say, let's split up? I want to know.
To catch them.
Who are you?
True, but
Where's Vasby?
every quest.
Beloved child, finally you have come home at last.
Oh no.
Beloved, what? I don't... We only want to restore the water.
Water? No, no, no. You come for answers, child. Answers from ashes. Take her to our camp at the Bandar Gate. Kill the other and cleanse him in flame. The scouring fire will claim Sarindar's cradle soon enough.
Oh, great. Okay, let's go find Vasby. I like saying the name.
I know, right? It's a cute
Busby.
name. Busby.
Vasby.
Quickly, over here.
Son of Joe.
Silujo saw everything. We must save Vasby quickly, please.
What are you doing, Son of Joe?
I may not be Vasby's father, but I feel a father's love for her. What parent would let their child wander the Kaj with a stranger? Silujo followed at a distance, but could not stop Vasby in time. The stricken cats took her deeper into the canyon.
Leader called Vasby by name and urged people to burn Surrender's cradle. Why?
The flu. Time heals some wounds and causes others to fester. Sometimes even the greatest healer cannot see all ends. Forgive me. Silujo is an old cat. He rambles. We must go to the Bandar Gate to halt the flames and save my Vasby.
Alright, so let's go see Vasby.
There is a cavern deep within the litter. If memory serves, it ascends to the Bandar Gate. We will find the aqueduct blockage and Vasby there. Come, we must hurry.
And what's your plan to save Vasby then?
Silujo will try to make these sick, scarred cats see reason. To cure a sickness, a healer must know the ailment's cause. Old hatreds are not so different. We lose time discussing this. Have faith that all will proceed as Srendar wishes.
Alright. He totally stole that kid.
Yeah. For Vasby!
Or Vasby. Just wonder if she could get that outfit nice and fancy. Yes.
These sick, scarred, you see, we call them the stricken. After the Nahatan flu ravaged their bodies, the people of Elsweyr cast them out.
Kitties in Kittyland. Yes, we are.
They came
Hey,
to
movie.
Srendar's cradle once for healing, but the king's vizier would have put our adeptorium to the torch if he knew we harbored the sick.
Not much. Enjoying some Khajiit land here.
You should know the reason they hate us. It is my fault. They wish to burn our home because I cast them into Bandar's river to die.
But basically, he made a leper colony.
Yes.
Wait, Silujo must speak to you.
Alright, let's talk.
Before we go further, we must speak.
What does it know?
The Bandar Gate lies beyond that door. The Stricken's leader as well, Vasby's true father. His love and sorrow has turned to hatred for me. Silujo has no illusions. Death waits for this one through this passage, for the actions of his past.
What do you mean? What did you do?
In the days of the flu, chaos reigned. Many came to Srendar's cradle seeking healing, but fear followed the illness. With so many of the ill huddled in our adeptorium, the people saw it as a breeding ground for more sickness.
So what's happened?
Sutabi, the king's vizier, marched on the adeptorium and threatened us with torch and sword. If the sick remained in the cradle, he vowed to burn it to ash. So I ushered the sick and dying here to Bandar's litter and left them to die.
And the other adepts let you do that?
They had no choice. We had no choice. When you tend to the sick for as long as Silu Joe has, you cannot help but grow detached. Callous, even. If I kept the sick with us, many healthy Khajiit would die. Khajiit, like Vasby.
And what does Vasby have to do with this, hmm?
Vasby's parents came to us, carrying her in swaddling clothes. They were both near death, or so I thought. But Vasby, their child, was healthy as the spring. What could this one do? Her parents had no chance, but she did. I took her in, raised her.
And now you put your own life on the line to save her again, huh?
Silu Joe does not fear this death, if it will save Vasby. Before it happens, though, this one must ask. You now know the story of Srendar's cradle, of the sick left to die. When this one is gone, Vasby will have questions. What will you tell her?
Possible decision? Sure to heal the sick, but instead you left them to die? Made up my mind. I'd say it's an impossible decision. You don't deserve to be judged for that, fortunately.
Silu Joe thanks you, Walker. Choosing who lives and who dies weighs on the soul, but as a healer and a leader, I must make hard decisions. If Silu Joe had to do it all over again, he would make the same choice. Now come. Vasby waits.
Let's go. You're already out there killing things, aren't you?
No,
Oh.
I just went through the door.
Mm-hmm.
You are unharmed, yes?
No. My daughter is no longer yours to corrupt at this.
Can you heal him?
Silujo, no! This is my fault. Srendar, forgive me.
Is he alive? He's not even breathing.
He breathes, but faintly. Vasby will take him back to the cradle. My hands won't stop shaking. The Straken's leader, Hulzar, wields horrible magic. He told me that the adepts took me from him, that they stole everything from him. He said
He said he's your father.
Yes. He said he left me gifts so that I would not forget him. But seeing me grow closer to Silujo, closer to the Order, twisted his tail to the breaking point. He lured Vasby here to Banda's litter. Now he plans to burn the Adeptorium.
And we have to stop him.
Please, Walker. If there is any way to spare Hulzar, have mercy. Vasby knows he is mad, but to lose two fathers at once. Srendar, help me. This one is so lost. Moons. Why did Silujo come here? He must have known the Stricken would kill him.
He did it to save you?
This one only needed saving because she disobeyed Silujo. He came here because of Vasby. He dies because of Vasby.
He was ready to die, so just deal with that. He's got penance to deal with, so that's not your sin to deal with, okay?
This one knows. Hulza told me about how he and his wife, my mother, came to the cradle with a tiny Vasby in their arms. He described the long march to Bandar's litter and the cold, moonless nights that followed. More suffering on my account.
How is that your fault?
It would not be Vasby's fault. Had Hulza's wife not carried Vasby in her womb, they never would have come to Srendar's cradle. Had Vasby not sought to restore the water, Silujo would live. Please, just find Hulzar. Vasby must work.
Very self-centered to think it's all about you. But she would have died out there anyways. Very dramatic. So if there's a way to save him,
From my vengeance. Hamdi.
Oh,
I don't
nope.
think they're. He was red from the start.
But no, it's just like the NPCs are like, if there's any way you could save him.
Trust me. I'm sorry.
That will miss F. Oh, no one to save him.
Shit!
There goes the water.
Yay!
Or because tracing us now.
Oops.
Yeah.
Not the booty!
Down this way now.
Those birds sound an awful lot like chocobos.
Wrong game. You're not gonna say it.
True. They do the little quee! Quee!
Wouldn't be surprised though if we could get like murder beak mounts in the future though.
Yes.
You return. Good. Vasby already loses too much today. Silujo did not... Vasby could not... He is gone. His soul wanders the sands behind the stars now.
Oh, this one is solid then.
The other adepts mourn for him as Vasby does. But they do not know the truth of his death or the cost of the water you restored.
Mm-hmm.
But you know. Vasby knows. And it may be too much for her to bear.
What do you mean?
Vasby loved this place. She idolized Silujo and the other healers. She prayed to Srendar for the strength and wisdom to serve as well as those who came before. But Srendar's cradle is a lie. My dream is a lie. What is Vasby to do now?
You mean that Sundar's credit is a lie? You still heal people, hmm?
The people of Elsweyr think that the adepts of the cradle worked miracles to stave off the flu. Now I see that they only hid the sick in the wilderness to let them die. How can this one just ignore that? How can I dedicate my life to such a place?
Your dream of being healer still means something? Guess you can't change that. You're right, leave. Can't let this place failings define you. You know what? You leave. Place is built on a lie. You go find yourself then.
Yes, you are right. Silujo was a good Khajiit. But I cannot live within these walls, knowing that we denied their security to people in desperate need. Thank you, Walker. We only just met, but you are the closest thing to family that I have left.
That's so sad.
Busby should start preparing for her trip and saying her farewells. I will always have time for you, though.
Where do you go, though?
Busby does not know. She has spent her whole life at Srendar's cradle. She knows no others besides the ones within these walls.
Mm-hmm.
But she did learn something. Huza, Pirina. If these were her true parents, perhaps she has family somewhere.
Do you think you know to be able to find them?
Busby cannot say. She knows 2 names do not offer much in the way of clues, but she will try Rimmon. Perhaps someone there can help her. But first she will need to peck, to tell the adepts.
This one wishes you luck then, hmm?
Thank you, friend. May the moons watch over you.
This one only just met you, but this one will do what you tell them to.
Pretty much, yeah.